I'm Dr. Craig Pullman, here to talk about the incredibly important construct of attention. We use the word attention all the time, like pay attention and attention deficit. But attention isn't a single thing. It's actually a set of mental abilities. These include maintaining alertness, concentrating, absorbing detail, shifting focus, inhibiting impulses, looking ahead and planning, and self-monitoring. Whew! That's quite a list. So it's important to unpack the specific aspects of attention when trying to understand learners. The dashboard idea is a good way to organize the components of attention. The fuel gauge represents mental energy. A body burns fuel to move, and a mind needs fuel to think, learn, and study. School can be tiring for everyone, but some students struggle with alertness because their fuel tanks are a little smaller or because they don't have a steady flow of cognitive fuel. The radio tuner represents the input functions of attention. Our brains receive all sorts of signals, like a radio. Some are important for the task at hand, like a teacher's voice, and some aren't, like noise from the hallway outside the classroom. Just as a radio needs to keep the needle on the right station, a mind has to stay with important inputs. A shifting needle is akin to distractibility. A radio also needs a good strong signal rather than one that fades, and a mind needs to absorb information deeply enough to use it or to commit it to memory. The speedometer represents the output functions of attention. A mind is constantly generating thoughts, some of which lead to actions. The job of the speedometer is to maintain proper speed to avoid going too fast for a particular stretch of road. Some students are constantly speeding, they are impulsive and zoom through their work to the point that accuracy and quality suffer. Think about some other dashboard components that are associated with the speedometer, like other gauges and warning lights. These are all important for monitoring the performance of the car. A mind needs to self-monitor as well, catching mistakes and finding ways to make improvements. A dashboard can have a GPS, and the mind also needs to navigate by looking ahead and planning how to do something before starting to do it. This might be outlining a paper before starting the first draft. You may recall that the neurodevelopmental constructs work together like the components of a computer. Attention is the mind's Wi-Fi, the pathway for information to get to the hard drive or microprocessor. Attention also plays a role in the downloading process, getting information out of the mind in organized ways. The computer metaphor can be very effective in explaining how an attention deficit is affecting a student. For example, unreliable Wi-Fi can render even a powerful computer useless at times, just as limited concentration prevents important information from getting to memory or to the thinking constructs like language and higher order cognition. So this metaphor can tie together strengths and weaknesses. Probably the thing that makes attention so important is that it interfaces with all of the other constructs, both in terms of mental uploading and downloading. An attention deficit can really hamper other mental abilities. Bear this in mind as you learn about the other constructs. I'll see you next time.